Hey guys, this will unfortunately be my third take on doing this. Hopefully this doesn't get interrupted for the third fucking time in a row, but here we go. Anyway, this is a story time video of, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it, how I'm kind of a terrible player for the most point. We went to regionals back in 2018, and I was going to play Gem Knight FTK, ended up not playing Gem Knight FTK, played a 60 card variant that is more or less based off of luck sacking, and I'm not going to sugarcoat that because that's the truth. I don't really think I should have gotten my invite, but I did anyways. But I was happy to get my invite, and it was very fun, and I had a good time. I played my friend in one round. He just essentially gave me the win, and my last round opponent essentially gave me the win too. So that's the reason why we actually got our invite with Invoked Infernoid Lightsworn all the way back in 2018, just because one, I played against a friend of mine, and number two, I played against another person who essentially didn't really care. He was playing Trickstars, I believe. And we should have lost, but we did not lose, because he gave us the win for the most point, and I gave him something small to show my appreciation. So we went into Nationals playing Gem Knight FTK, and I went like 3-0. After that, fourth round, I fell apart. Didn't do well for some other reason. I don't even remember. It just, things just didn't work out the way I hoped to. So then we go on to the next regional, which was, I think, Indianapolis, and that Indianapolis regional, no, I'm sorry, not Indianapolis. We went back to Rosemont. That's where I got my invite for 2018. And we went there, and we did not very well. I think, just things fell apart very quickly. After that, I think it was December, we went to St. Louis. I played Gem Knight FTK again. Didn't do well. Told myself that I would probably stop playing the deck because I was just not having a good time with how the whole situation was playing out. So, in the course of that time, the deck was still, I believe, for the most part, at full power, minus the fact that Master Diamond was at 1. 3 Brilliant Fusion, everything was for the most point still in full power for the most point. I think this 2019 list came out, and Brilliant Fusion got hit to 1, and Snow got banned. Deck still playable, still really good, still pretty much a decent deck for the most point. But I just didn't feel comfortable playing the deck in the regional that was about to happen, so we went to Indianapolis in February of 2019, and I just fell apart again, this time playing trains. Figured a different deck might do a little differently, and my list just was bad. So after everything was said and done, we went to just locals on a daily basis, and I didn't do regionals until about February of this year. Picked up Infernoid, and I told myself, hey, you know what, Infernoid probably will give me a good chance at actually doing well. There were a lot of hiccups and issues and stuff like that where I messed up. Didn't really do well. I think I ended up X3 after round 7 or 8. The top cut was 30, no, it was 48, I'm sorry. So we had a good shot at getting our invite for the most point. Figured it was pretty much an easy, open and close situation. Wasn't that case, and we proceed to go to the next regional, which is in St. Louis. So this is the second St. Louis I've been going to. Indy, that we just went to at that point in 2019. This was in October. We did not very well. St. Louis was about the same. I messed up once again. But I account that for me knowing a specific version of Lightsworn, or Infernoid, and playing pure Infernoid, it's not the same, I guess. I don't know. So I think after round 7 or 8, we just stopped playing. Pretty much the same situation's been happening for the most point. And then we went to, I want to say, Wisconsin, played Mystic Mindburn. That fell apart too. I think my last round opponent that I ended up remembering, I played against a Striker Draco player. This is right before Striker got hit, actually, recently. And the Wisconsin one, I believe, was in January? No, I think it was either in November or December. I don't remember. So we didn't really do too well. And that leads me to, I think, the two most recent regionals. The first one being Rosemont. We actually completed that one. We did play Infernoid once again because I told myself it's not necessarily bad to keep trying the same deck over and over again until eventually you get positive results. So we did make it through, I think, 9 rounds, I believe. It was either 8 or 9 rounds. And I was X3 at the end of the whole situation. I'm like, we should get our invite. Top 48, fairly easy, should be fine. And that didn't actually happen. What happened instead was we got like 88th place. A lot of X3s went in there. A lot of X3s thinking that they were going to get their invite. Just didn't happen that way. That's just how it goes for the most part. So that leads me to the most recent regional, which, again, I think this one wasn't necessarily the start of all this situation, but this was the last one I ended on, the last time last year, was Indianapolis. We went to Indianapolis, and the regional cap was about, we ended up having like 514 people, which is their biggest regional, and I played once again Infernoid. So this will be, I think, my 4th or 5th time playing Infernoid. I don't remember what the number is. I think it's 4th at least. So I want to say, did pretty badly. I played 60 card deck. I told myself, hey, maybe if I played 60 card deck a couple of years ago, maybe I'll play 60 card deck and I'll do well this year. Wasn't the case. We didn't do very well. Like I said, I think after round 7 or 8, things just fell apart. I believe round 7, I believe it was. Because I played against the mirror match. The mirror match beat me down because 60 card brick is just even worse than 40 card brick. So that's just how that whole situation played out for the most part. And now we get to next month. Next month actually will have been 2 years since I got my invite. 2 full years of no invite, no nothing, blah, 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 without boring you with the details about how I believe the whole situation is or should not be, or maybe should or should not be. I don't know. I'm just going to say this. We are going into this event, but this time we're playing something that I haven't played in a while. Something that, in my opinion, maybe it's one of the factors as to why exactly I'm doing the way I'm doing right now. But we're going to go into this with a little bit of practice each week. I'm going to try and see if I can try and pull something out of somewhere and see if we can get this, snag it, get what we need, and hopefully it's more than likely going to be top 48 unless it passes 500 people. In that case, 64 should be an easy thing to do. But without further ado, we're going to reveal the deck that I am going to be playing. And if it's no surprise to you, what one of my favorite archetypes is, it is Gem Knights. I believe that all this started just after Nationals. That was actually when I think the downward slope kind of started in the whole situation. I was actually going to start picking up Mystic Mind Burn again, but this is the deck I want to play. If there's a burn deck that I want to play, it's my favorite archetypes burn deck. And in the course of, I want to say, when I played the deck in Nationals, 2 things have happened. First, Brilliant Fusion got limited. This was last year. And this year, they banned Brilliant Fusion. It's gone. But that just takes the luck factor out of the game for the most part, and it makes you play, I want to say, sharper for the most part, and I have fewer chances to fuck up. Plus, we get a new we got a new addition to the deck that I want to enjoy the hell out of. But right now, my goals for this year are 2 goals. Number 1, I want to play Gem Knight FTK, and I want to get my invite. That's my first goal. Infernoid is going to be put on the back burners for now because I just don't feel comfortable with playing the deck, because the last local I went to, I got 2 ties, and it really bumped me out. And if any deck can win in time, it's this one. So I have very, very strong hopes for this deck actually doing well. And number 2 is having another go at Lightsworn at a regional. And I want to build a deck that I feel comfortable with, that I want to play, and I want to have fun with. But first, obviously, this is the big one, is that I want to play Gem Knight FTK at a regional again, and I want to give this deck another go, because I think that if I give this deck another shot, maybe we'll do well. Who knows? Maybe we'll do amazing. Maybe we won't do amazing, but I have to give this a shot, and I have to keep trying for Gem Knight FTK, because I cannot look at this deck and say to myself that I did anything good while playing this deck. I want to say I did something good with this deck, because this is my favorite deck. I enjoy it so much. I'm going to prove that I can do well with my favorite deck. So we're going to close this video off by letting you guys know that in the next day or two, probably even the next couple hours maybe, depending on how this goes, we're going to do a profile on this deck that I currently have right in front of me, Gem Knight FTK. There's some cards that I'm missing for the deck that I don't have, but I'm going to tell you right now, when we get everything up and running, I am playing this deck at the next regional. Not entirely this specific deck, but I'm going to show you what the main deck looks like right now. And that's our plan for the most point, so I don't know. This is probably dumb to say, but I wanted to start a hashtag, and the hashtag is called the Gem Dream. That's actually what I had beforehand, but I changed it to the Void Dream because I believe that Infernoids had a shot at doing well at big events. They do. They really do. I've seen a lot of people talk about the decks doing well, but apparently I just can't get on that level of success to that degree right now. So right now we're going to be focusing on this deck and doing everything in my power for the most point to try and see if we can pull this deck out of the woodwork to do really well. So here we go with that. And everything considered, I thank you guys for hopefully watching my videos, and hopefully maybe we can get some good news on this next month, because the regional that we're going to is on the 22nd of March. We have another one the month after that at Wisconsin, but I want to get this knocked out the next regional at the same venue that, I think it's the same venue that I got my invite at 2 years ago. So without any more talking, I'm gonna cut this probably about the 2:30 mark, and I thank you guys for watching, and I hope that we do something good this next regional. On 9 regionals, it's just been a very frustrating situation. The last one, I was just really upset. I told my one friend, I don't get it. Like I said, I believe I'm a bad player, but it's not always that way. So just keep your hopes up, and Stevie Evie out.